Very good morning, guys. My name is Shivraj, and I have started a new series in my YouTube channel that is named as Gen Z JavaScript. So, in this series, we will be learning React.js, Angular, and JavaScript. All the important concepts we will be learning here. And I am a full stack developer with having 10 plus year of experience under my belt. And guys, please subscribe to my channel so that you will be notified for all the upcoming videos. Thank you.
Guys, so let's start with the video. In this video, we're gonna understand scaling up with reducer and context. So if you remember, if you have seen my previous videos where I've already covered reducer hook and also context hook. So if you have covered both of them, so this video will be very easy for you to understand, and also you will find it very useful because we are combining both of them, and hence the end results are awesome because there we are passing our state deep down into components with the help of context hook and managing the complex state with the help of reducer. So both of them we are utilizing in one. So this you can see how they can be useful. So you know reducer. Now if you don't know reducer hook or context hook, you can refer to my previous video because I'm not going to explain them because the video will become more longer. The aim of this video is to show both of them combined and how it is useful for us as a React developer. So combining reducer hook with React, so what with sorry context, so what we will do here, we have, see, we have a small app where we are adding, editing and deleting, right? So we have app.js where we're adding all the like what we need to show, and the reducer function is over here, task reducer. And in add task we are just dispatching the add object that we want to add, and in task list we are editing and deleting it, right? But what we can do, we can make use of context. So you can go through this documentation. This is very good documentation of React official documentation. I recommend this. If you are learning JavaScript, you can refer to MDN, but if you are learning React, you must visit this official website, and then you can start creating small apps. So in this video, now we will see a put state and dispatch into context. So we know in this line where we are using use reducer, we know use reducer takes a reducer function itself, which returns you, right, which returns you the result, and initial task is the initial data that you provide, that becomes your state, that is task. So task, task is your state, and dispatch is whatever you want to dispatch. Like you want to add something, the action type that we dispatch. So any action that you give in order to change, add or delete, so we will dispatch that action, right? And then we have a this task reducer, which will check, okay, which type of action it is, and accordingly it will perform all the lines written there, and then it will return you the result, and that will be stored in the task. So that becomes the latest state. So now what we gonna do here, you can go through this document. Let me go to the very end and let me explain you from there. So what we have done, so this is our end result, what we have done. And look at this, how clear it becomes. If you have complex application, then your fellow developers, if they want to debug or if they want to see the code, if anyone other than you also seeing this code, they will find it very easy to explain, like understand. So in this app.js, what we have done, we are adding, deleting, and changing, right? The task. So we have this small app which adds, deletes, and edits. So we have task provider, and inside task provider we have children. So that is h1, add task. These are children's, and then we are closing our task provider. So what is task provider? Task provider is our context, which by which we are sharing information to all these, this task list, add task, and this, with the help of context hook. So this is our context hook. So inside add task, if you go inside add task or task list, you can see we don't have any need to pass props. Earlier we were using props, right? But now we can simply do it like this. See, use task, use this task dispatch. Actually they are making use of use context hook. First of all, we are creating with create context, and then we want to use it with use context, and then we have created a function where we are exporting this, and that's why we're able to import it here. Use context, I will show you that. See, in task context, if you'll go, I have, like, we have written here this export function use task, but what it is doing, it is simply doing this also we would have called it there, but to keep it clean and look good, we are doing it like this. We're exporting this function, and this function is giving us this use context by which we are getting the dispatch function and the latest state. So that's how we are getting the dispatch function, right? With the help of use task dispatch and add task list. And in task list, we are getting this use task, and this use task, we are getting task like this here, and then we are mapping it to show the list and all. If you want to edit, if you want to delete, like this. Just dispatch if you want to if you want to change something. So type is what action, what type of action. So this is a minimal line of static code that you write here to explain what type of action it is. Changed means you have changed something. Delete means you are deleting something. So deleted, this means you are deleting something, you want to delete something. So this is a very good way of writing, and this helps us in debugging our code. And if you go inside task context, so how we have done, inside task context we have create context, which help us to create a context, right? And use context is to use that context. So basically there are three steps if you are trying to use the context. First you have to create it, then you have to use it, and also we have to wrap it inside the provider. And this is a use reducer to maintain our state. So this is the task provider component we created, and inside it we are taking children's, right? Whatever is inside it, like here inside task provider, these are all children's. Line number 8, line number 10, line number 8 to 10. These are all children's. So here this children's is getting passed like this, and then we have use reducer. This we already know. Use reducer gives us an array that contains a task, that is state, and the dispatcher function. Similarly, similar to like use state, which gives us a state and a state updater function. But instead of state updater function, we have dispatch here, which will dispatch an action. And inside use reducer, we have two parameters that we need to pass, that is task reducer and initial task. Initial task is the initial state, and task reducer is a function that will execute and return the state on the basis of the execution. So a function kind of thing which returns you something after computation. So this is all, guys. In return you can see we have it, that's why the code is very clear. Inside it only we have written whatever we want to pass as a context. So we have created task context, from here we are passing task. We have created task dispatch, and from here we are passing dispatch, and everything can be taken up by child now. How? With the help of context, because we have wrapped it inside this context. So if you want to create more thing, you can just wrap it like this. One more you can create. If suppose any new state or anything, then task context, task something context like this. So you can wrap your application like this, so that your children can get access to all those values and updater function or anything. And then we have a task reducer function. This we already know, right? In previous video we have discussed in detail how task reducer works. So task reducer is a function which we provide to our use reducer this hook. This first is task reducer, and what this task reducer do, it will check, okay, if user wants to add something. So if action type is added, then it will add this like this in the task which it has initial state. It will spread it, and then it will add the new task to it, so that it can be merged and it can be returned as a new. So it can be added, so something initially, and then we are merging one new object. So combinedly it is merging both of them and returning us. Similarly in change it is happening, and similarly if it will find delete type of action, then it will delete it and filter it from the list and then return us. And default is error, throw error, and this is the initial task. So guys, this is very simple. Make use of a context and make use of a use reducer hook, and that's it, guys. So if you have any questions, please do comment. I'm very happy to answer you there in comments. And I ask my subscribers that please be active in the comment section And please, if if you see anyone asking something, please be active and try to answer them, so that we can grow our community and we can help each other, and we can be a good developer. Thank you. Keep sharing, guys. Keep sharing the videos. Thank you.